Hey gang, it's Craig again, doing another battle report. Today I'm fighting Josh down at Booker E Games in Fairborn, Ohio. There's Josh. I'm playing, this is our board. Josh set it up, tons of cover. This should be quite interesting. I'm playing 600 points in Northern Guard, PO3. It is 3 Bandit Hunter Clims and a regular Auler. Yes, that's my naval support Auler model. But as you can kind of tell by looking at the chipped nature and the broken barrel on my Bandit Hunter, my models took a tumble before I got here. So I had to re-glue the tracks onto the tank. So I gotta do some repairs. So sorry about the messed upness here. And yes, that is a borrowed Hun filling in for my third missing Bandit Hunter. So I'm not having a good day. We're gonna see if I can't take out my frustrations on some Southies. And speaking of Southies, where are they at? There they are. There's Josh's force there. He's got a command Naga, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a fire dragon. Those actually happen to be mine. He's borrowing. And then a couple black mambas, and they've got heavy Gatling lasers. Is that what they were fielding? Yes. Okay. And then a Jaeger and a stripped down Jaeger, both with light bazookas. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, we're both PL3 forces, 600 points. We're gonna, once again, here's this massively crowded board. We're gonna sit up and get going. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, here's our deployment. The Northern Tank group is spread along the walls of this town. Their missions are to wipe out the strike squad and the fire dragon. The south, coming up from the depths of the walled city, their missions are to seize that objective. It must be something they don't want the north to get, and to break through into the north deployment zone. So apparently they need to do something to that objective before they flee. Must be some kind of invasion. Alright, but that's our setup. And we're going to get going to turn 1. And here we go. Okay, we're a little bit into turn 1 here. One of my Bandit Hunters took some heavy rockets from the Fire Dragon using a recon drone. And used a CP to keep him from getting clobbered, but he still got light damage. But then over here, this Bandit Hunter can see the strike squad there. Fired a full-size volley of rockets. Zoomed in a little too much there. And he drifted a little bit, but he dropped the rockets on top of all 4 of them. And he rolled a 6 for his placement. So they've got to defend against a 6. This could get pretty ugly. Those guys are only +1, so they're at zeros. Alright, yeah. So the lead Black Mamba, defending against a 6 at +1. There's a 6, so he's going to be okay. And then the second Black Mamba, same thing. He's fine. And then the strip down is only a 0. He's okay. Nice roll, man. And everybody's okay. So that was scary, very, very scary for Josh, but he came out of it okay. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 1. The damaged Bandit Hunter is up to heavy damage from a anti-gear missile from the command Naga. The strike squad spread out a little bit better and moved forward. And the Auler came forward, put a couple rounds of high velocity heavy railgun through the building, but some weird trouble activations kept the Fire Dragon from dying heinously. So that's it for turn 1, and we're going to move on to turn 2. Okay, this is the end of turn 2. We saw, well, we didn't see it, but the Auler rolled up, but before he could get any shots further on the Fire Dragon spent a command point, activate a sequence, and scuttled forward, robbing him of any detection to shoot with his direct fire weapons. Then South then activated the strike squad, which rolled forward, staying at top speed. They were able to, well, they just stay at top speed. My bad. They spread out. Then I activated my Klims. We started with the one in the gully. He went down into the gully, giving him some decent cover, and fired his rockets at the Jaegers up front. Didn't do any damage. One of them command pointed and spotted him, and the fire dragon dropped some heavy rockets on top of him, and he's gone. Not overkilled, just dead. Then I rolled forward with another Klim, got behind them. They had both spent command points to do actions, so he pincer fired with his medium rocket pod, and with crossfire and in behind, he was able to do damage to both of those guys. While over here, the last Klim got behind the two Black Mambas, and the weak backs of the Black Mamba just obliterated one with medium rocket packs, while the other one came out just fine. So at the end of 2, South has lost a Black Mamba, taking a little bit of damage, while the North has lost a single Klim, and an anti-gear missile from the Command Naga knocked the sturdy box off that Klim there. So that's where it sits. We're going to turn 3. Alright, here we're in turn 3, and I'm taping this because it's never happened before. I'm going to ram him from behind with a top speed Klim there. Never done it before. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so in the ram, the tank is larger than the Black Mamba, giving it an extra dice. It has a base 2 dice here, so it gives an extra one. It gets +1 to the roll because he's moving at top speed higher than the Black Mamba, so I ended up with a 5. The Black Mamba rolled his defense. It's getting hit from behind. The Black Mamba's getting run over in the back. So his defense -1. He's got 3 dice defense and -1. So the Klim got a 5, the Black Mamba got a 1. That is a margin of success of 4 from the tank. We're going to check actually, yeah, that's a margin of success of 4. So we're going to check out what damage this did. I'll be right back. He's gonna die. Okay, so here's what happened. As a margin of success of actually, it was a margin of success of 4. Excuse me very much there, so, because he ended up with a 1, I ended up with a 5. So I do margin of success times my size, which is 10 to him. But I get +2 because he has a weak back, so I have a total of 60. 6 margin of success times 10, 60 points. Because he is moving away from the attacker, that is reduced by half, so he's taking a 30-point hit, which will only be 1 box to the Mamba. So he's going to take a light damage. Right there. Now, he does back to me the margin of success, which was originally 4. 4 times his physical damage, which is 6, is 24. Again, halved because we were moving away, which means that he's only doing 12 to the tanks, which does absolutely nothing. And a side effect of this is that it will slow both groups down. The Mamba is going to end up stopped, and the Klim ends up at combat speed. And so that's my first taste of a ram. I was expecting more, but he was running away, so I didn't get to totally run him over. Alright, we're going to move on, and I'm thinking we're going to shoot him in the back. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 3. Things got very bloody. We started off with the stripped down Jaeger and the Jaeger going in for the kill on the Klim. He struck back, seriously damaging both of them. While over here, well, actually over there at the time, the Black Mamba lightly damaged that Klim with laser. That tank was not overkilled. Then we saw the ram action over here. What then happened was the fire dragon rolled forward, dropped indirect fire rockets on the Klim and Black Mamba, killing the Klim and overkilling the Black Mamba. He was at critical damage at that point after the Klim was done with everything. And then up here, the Auler rolled forward on top of the hill, put a railgun shot into the back of the Jaeger and light pulse laser cannon into the back of the stripped down Jaeger, and overkilling both of them. So the strike squad is dead. The North has achieved 2 victory points. The South has yet to achieve any of theirs. They have still got to do the breakthrough in the seas. And it looks like the only thing that can take either one of those is going to be the Fire Dragon, because the Naga's way over there. Alright, so we're going to move on to turn 4 and see what the South can make of this. Alright. Okay, that was fast. The Command Naga popped a anti-gear missile into the Auler, knocked off a sturdy box. The Auler then put a railgun round through the building at the Fire Dragon, who lucked out and just barely missed being smacked around by it. The Fire Dragon then ran forward at top speed, dropped some rockets that missed the Auler, so all in all, not much happened. Some throat guts went around. Yeah. So on to turn 5, last turn. Here we go. Yep. Alright, this is the way it ended up. The Auler, despite firing numerous rounds at the Fire Dragon, was unable to ever actually touch it due to the Fire Dragon always tying him. Yeah, it was frustrating. So the Fire Dragon did break through into the deployment zone of the North. The North did achieve one of their wipeout missions. The South completely failed the siege, so it's a tie, 2-2. Good job.
That was going to be some good pudding in that tower.
Good pudding. There's a tower of pudding, apparently. However, out of frustration, and I had one command point left at the end of the game there, the Auler spun his turret wherever the Command Naga was and put a railgun round right through the cockpit, instantly overkilling it. Achieved no victory points, but made me feel a lot better. Alright, so that's it. It's a tie, North versus South. Pretty good game. Alright. This is Craig. That's Josh. Happy Heavy Gear.